James sat at his desk, staring at his computer screen. The numbers, emails, and to-do lists blurred together as he rubbed his tired eyes. The clock on the wall ticked loudly, reminding him that time was slipping away. It was already 7 p.m., and he hadn't even had dinner. His phone buzzed. A message from his wife, Lily, asking if he would be home soon. He sighed and typed, "Just finishing up. I'll be home soon." But he knew soon was a stretch. James was good at his job. He had worked hard to climb the corporate ladder and now held a high-ranking position in a busy company. But with success came pressure, and lately it felt like work was swallowing him whole. Every day was a race against time, with meetings, reports, and deadlines demanding his attention. At home, things were no easier. Lily and their 2 young children needed him too. His son, Ethan, had started asking why Dad was always so late, and his daughter, Sophie, seemed to have stopped waiting for his bedtime stories altogether. James missed their laughter and the warmth of family dinners, but work never seemed to stop. There was always one more email to send, one more project to complete. It felt like he was walking a tightrope, struggling to keep his balance between work and personal life. One wrong step, and everything could come crashing down. One evening, after another long day at the office, James finally made it home. The house was quiet. The kids were already asleep. Lily sat at the kitchen table, flipping through a magazine, her expression calm but distant. James felt a pang of guilt. He had promised to be home for dinner, but once again, he had failed.
"Sorry,"
he mumbled as he set his briefcase down.
"Work was
busy. I know,"
Lily interrupted, not looking up. James sat across from her.
"I'm trying, Lily, I really am."
She sighed, finally meeting his gaze.
"I know you are, but we need you too. Ethan asked if you were coming to his soccer game this weekend. What should I tell him?"
James felt a lump in his throat. Ethan's soccer game. He had completely forgotten.
"I'll be there,"
he said, though he wasn't sure how he would manage it. The next day at work, James sat through meeting after meeting, but his mind kept wandering back to that conversation with Lily. He couldn't keep living like this, constantly torn between work and family. Something had to change. That evening, as he was about to dive into another round of emails, James paused. His phone showed a picture of Ethan and Sophie as his background grinning, full of life. He closed his laptop and left the office earlier than usual. When he walked through the door at home, the smell of dinner hit him, and the sound of his children's laughter filled the air. Sophie was chasing Ethan around the living room, and Lily was stirring a pot on the stove. For the first time in a while, James felt a sense of calm.
"Hey,"
he called out, and the kids stopped in their tracks, eyes wide with surprise.
"Dad!"
Ethan shouted, running over to hug him. James scooped him up, smiling.
"Guess what? I'm coming to your soccer game this weekend."
Ethan's face lit up.
"Really?"
"Really?"
James promised. Over the next few weeks, James made small but important changes. He started leaving the office earlier, setting boundaries with his work. He began scheduling time for his family the same way he did for meetings. Slowly, he found a rhythm, a balance between his responsibilities at work and the people who mattered most at home. It wasn't always easy. There were still days when work demanded more of him than he could give. But James learned that it was okay to step back, to prioritize his well-being and his family. He realized that success wasn't just about climbing the corporate ladder. It was about being there for the moments that truly mattered. And so each day, James walked the tightrope, sometimes wobbly, sometimes steady, but always with his eyes fixed on what mattered most. Finding balance in a life that was worth living.